Hello friends, welcome to Dipta's Pathsala. Today we will continue the chapter acids, bases and salts. So in our previous session we have already discussed about acids, bases and indicators. So in this session we will focus on neutralization reaction. But before that you tell me, you all know that coffee tastes bitter, isn't it? So is it a base? No, it is not a base. Though it contains caffeine which has base in it, it also contains some weak acid. Coffee has also some weak acid. But the bitterness is due to the presence of so many complex ingredients in it. That's why coffee is considered neither acidic nor basic. Now you all tell me, you all know about rain, isn't it? But have you ever heard about acid rain? Yes, there is a rain which contains excess of acid in it, that is called as the acid rain. Okay, so acid rain is polluted by acid that has been released into the atmosphere from factories and other industrial processes. Acid rain is harmful to the environment. So let's understand what is acid rain. So as I told you, due to the emission of the industries and lots of factories and from the automobiles vehicles also, lots of poisonous gases like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide is really they are released into the atmosphere. Again, these gases are carried upwards by the wind, and when they react with the rainwater, sulfur dioxide forms sulfurous acid H2SO3 and sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. Understood? And nitrogen dioxide, that also produces, when it reacts with the rainwater, it produces nitric acid. Similarly, carbon dioxide, when it reacts with the rainwater, it produces carbonic acid. Understood? So when these acid come along with the rainwater, that is called as the acid rain. Understood? And this acid rain is very much harmful, not only for the trees and the monuments but also for the water bodies. Okay, so here in the picture you can see how these two monuments here, and in this picture also you can see how the statues have eroded or corroded by the acid, because acids are corrosive in nature. They can destroy the monuments. Similarly, in this picture, you can see how the trees have become lifeless. Okay, and here in this picture, you see how lots of fishes have died, okay, in a river. So, the acid rain is very harmful for our environment. Understood? Now let's discuss about the phenolphthalein as an indicator. We have already discussed about the litmus, turmeric and China rose petal as natural indicators, whereas this phenolphthalein, it is a synthetic indicator. So let's check how it changes its color in acidic and basic medium. That's why you need to take some phenolphthalein indicator which is colorless. Now take two test tube and add little bit of phenolphthalein to each of the test tube. You can see the phenolphthalein is colorless. Now you add some amount of distilled water in both the test tube. You know distilled water is neutral. That's why you will see no color change, because phenolphthalein is a indicator that doesn't change its color in neutral solution. Now you add some amount of sodium hydroxide NaOH into the fast test tube. You will notice the color change into the pink color. Okay, because phenolphthalein changes the basic solution into pink color. Now you take some amount of hydrochloric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid means it is acid. Now you add it into the second test tube. You will again notice no color change, because phenolphthalein doesn't change the color of acidic solution. So basic solution change into pink color, whereas the acidic solution doesn't change its color. Now again you add some of the hydrochloric acid into the first test tube where you have previously added the sodium hydroxide, the basic solution. Now you noticed again it become colorless because here the hydrochloric acid neutralizes the sodium hydroxide, which is a base. So this is called neutralization reaction. So we will learn about neutralization reaction in detail. So what is neutralization reaction? So neutralization reaction is the reaction between an acid and a base, and in this reaction a salt and water is formed. When acid and bases they react with each other, they destroy each other's property. Understood? And in this reaction some amount of heat is evolved. That's why neutralization reaction is a exothermic reaction. Here we can understand it by one example. Here hydrochloric acid, and that is acid, and here this is the sodium hydroxide. When they will react with each other with suitable amount, they will form the salt, that is sodium chloride. And here the sodium chloride, this is the salt, this is a neutral salt, and here the water is formed. Okay, so the resulting salt here, which is formed by the neutralization reaction, it may be acidic, it may be basic, or it may be neutral. As I told you, sodium chloride is neutral. So how the salt will be neutral or acidic or basic, how you all will know? So when a strong acid reacts with a strong base, the resulting salt is the neutral salt. So sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, when they react with each other, the resulting salt, that is the sodium chloride, will be the neutral salt. But when the strong acid reacts with weak base, the salt is acidic. For example, hydrochloric acid and ammonium hydroxide. Okay, here hydrochloric acid is a strong acid, whereas the sodium hydroxide is a weak base. They form the ammonium chloride. Here you can see this is the ammonium chloride, which is a acidic salt, and water is formed. Similarly, if the acid will be weak, like the acetic acid, it is a weak acid, and the base will be strong like sodium hydroxide. The base is strong and the acid is weak. Then the salt, resulting salt, here the salt is the sodium acetate, that will be basic. But if the weak acid and weak base will react with each other, the salt will be neutral once again. So what is strong acid and strong base? Yes, those acids and bases which are completely dissociating in water, which can dissolve completely in water, they are called as the strong acid or the strong base. But on the contrary, the weak acids and the weak bases, they don't dissolve completely in their aqueous condition in water. Understood? So here I have given some examples of the strong acids and weak acids. And again here you can see the list of some strong bases and the weak bases. So you can write your own reaction by reacting the acid and bases. So you can write the reaction of the neutralization process. Okay. So now let's understand about the neutralization in our everyday life. Understood? So here we will discuss about indigestion, ant bite, soil treatment, and factory waste. So what is indigestion? You know, when we all eat a lot, okay, sometimes we may generate acidity in our stomach. Stomach will be upset and it will be painful. So to get relief from that pain, we can eat milk of magnesia. It contains magnesium hydroxide, okay, MgOH whole 2. So as magnesium hydroxide is a base, it neutralizes the acid formed in our stomach, so that the excessive acid will be neutralized and we will get relief from the pain. Now, what happens when ant bites? Ant sting, you know, it has formic acid. It ejects the formic acid into our skin so that we will have itching or burning sensation. That time, we can rub some moist baking soda. You know, we use baking soda for making pastries and cakes. So we can rub little bit of in the affected portion so that we will get relief. Otherwise, we can also use the calamine solution. okay, which contains zinc carbonate. It can also neutralize the effect and we will get relief. Now let's discuss about the soil treatment. The plants, they cannot grow in acidic or in basic soil. Okay, if the soil will be too much acidic or too much basic contents in it, then the plants cannot grow properly. If the soil will be acidic, we can treat the soil by adding the bases like quicklime, that is calcium oxide, or slag lime, that is calcium hydroxide. As these are the bases, they can neutralize the soil so that the plant can grow well again. But if the soil will be basic, understood, so that time we can add some of the organic matter. Organic matter means the compost, okay. So if we will add some compost, okay, then it will release some acids because the organic matters, they have acid in them, so they can neutralize the basic nature of the soil and again the plants can grow properly. Now what about the factory waste? So the waste of many factories, they contain acids, and you know the drainage system, they release their drainage to the water bodies, and if this waste will mix in the water bodies, it will increase the acidic level of the water bodies so that it will kill the aquatic animals. That's why what the factories do, they before the release their waste products, they add some basic substances to neutralize the waste material, so that if we will allow it to go into the water bodies, it will not affect the water animals, it will not kill any fish or any other organisms. Understood? So now here you can see I have listed out some of the uses of acids and bases in our daily life. You can have a look. Now this is all about our today's session. Let's have a quick revision. The rain containing excess of acid is called as an acid rain. Phenolphthalein changes the basic solution into pink color. An acid and a base neutralize each other and form a salt. A salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral in nature. So this is all about our today's session. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you are having any doubt, please write it in the comment section and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.